Hey, David, Sam Howe.
Yes, how are you?
I'm all right. Hey, I got a question. Who was that prosecutor yesterday in the magistrate's office?
Was it
Yeah.
Megan Leva?
So, your wife was the prosecutor for my nephew's charges yesterday?
She's the arraignment prosecutor. She does all the arraignment.
Alright, it's gonna be 42.
Hmm. Well,
She will not be handling his case.
I get that, but your wife was the one that made the recommendation for the bond and the tether.
That's true.
Yeah. Do you not see the conflict of interest there? As to where the attorney that know that,
They're getting more,
you know.
getting more call back right now.
I understand what you're saying, and
Need some change.
it's something that was discussed with my office. We all have to do our turn doing arraignments, and basically what our determination is when I represent someone like your nephew, there is an attorney-client relationship established through the arraignment process. So that's the answer, I guess. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not going to argue with you about, you know.
No, I was just, it just blew me away. Like, that should have been something that was disclosed. I mean, there's several prosecutors and there's plenty of public defenders. It just,
She's the only one that does the arraignments currently. That's her assignment. You're right. There are other public defenders that can do arraignments. We all are on a schedule. We do our turn. It's something I have discussed with my bosses about exactly what you're talking about. This is the determination that was made.
but do you not understand where I'm coming from when I say any other prosecutor, you would argue about bond, but with your wife, you know, you gotta go home to that and,
I get it, but I mean, it's not like I stood there and said nothing either. I mean, I'm not saying I like doing it because I don't. But, you know, I'm not just going to stand there and say, oh, because it's my wife, I'm just going to let her walk all over people.
I get that, but this young man ain't never had no criminal convictions or charges. And
Yep.
GPS tether and everything else. Now they're trying to say that he can only go to work and home.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not. I don't
I get
want
what
to.
you're saying, and I'm not going to lie to you. That's why I'm telling you the truth.
But
You know, obviously,
Explain you wanna know?
I don't lie anyways, but
but here's the thing, Ray. You said her maiden name, Megan Leva. You didn't say Megan Leva Kelly.
yeah.
So I just, for his attorney to be married to the prosecutor, I just, man, and you know where I stand, Dave. Like, you know this is the bullshit that I'm trying to stop right now. I think you're a decent
I know.
enough guy, but
Yep, and I again, I'm not gonna to try to say that, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. You know, I mean, I can tell you from my standpoint, like I treated that arraignment the same as I would any other case. It's easy, I think, for you or anyone else to say, yeah, right, bullshit, you know, that's your wife. But the way I see it is I treated him the same as I would anyone else and
This belonged to
handled
my
the
mother,
arraignment
and he,
the way
passed
I
away
would for
yesterday.
anyone else.
When I
For the
called them, they
appearances,
said I was supposed to
yeah,
return
I
this to
mean,
this address.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Okay.
I understand. I'm just,
Sorry, what?
if
This is-
you know, me and
Logan, I have
Kevin,
no
you know,
idea
we literally just, we want everything to be fair and straight across the board for everybody.
Yes, please.
So,
Yep.
Thank you.
what do you think would happen if I called my lady up at the JTC right now and I told them exactly what the hell just happened?
I can't answer that, how they would handle that.
It wouldn't be good, man. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around this right now. Like, there could have been, Don Sheldon there were so many public defenders there, and everybody's got their turn. I get that. But for his attorney to hold the arraignment with his wife as the prosecutor, that's absolutely a conflict of interest.
I get what you're saying. I'm not gonna stand here and try to say that you don't have a valid point that you're making. I'm saying I dealt with it with my office because I knew this would be an issue of having me, once a week or whatever it is, do arraignments. And I was told that when I represent someone, and I'm not saying like if I go into court as his lawyer and she's prosecuting him, you're right, conflict of interest. Like that's a no doubt about it. The question was, for the limited purpose of representing a person at arraignment, is there an attorney-client relationship established where there is a conflict? I was told no.
But there absolutely is, 110%. Because if he would have told you, the moment he signed that paper, that's attorney-client privilege. If he would have told you anything, and that prosecutor being your wife, if you would have went back and told her, and that would have affected his bond in any way.
Yeah, you're right. If there was information I learned from your nephew and went back and repeated that to her, you're 100% right.
I bet they like no prior history, and it just, man, I'm literally trying to wrap my head around this, but I am gonna have to do some thinking, and I'm gonna speak to some people, and
yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not trying to make things worse for your nephew. I was, whether it means anything or not, I was trying to help him, and I get that, this whole situation looks bad. Like I'm not.
It looks terrible because the first thing that should have came out of your mouth was, by the way, my wife that you're being arraigned in front of today, or that prosecutor being arraigned in front of today, is my wife. Like even when I asked you about her, you gave me her maiden name. You didn't even tell me Megan Leva Kelly. You gave me her maiden name, which shows me that you were trying to hide something. Like that, man, this is the shit that I'm trying to stop. Because there's too many people getting fucked over by that county. Like I'm literally getting people removed from that courthouse for the same exact shit. And I love Rich. He's like I said, he's like a brother to me. He fucking stuck with me, wrote it out, and helped me. And then I found out that the prosecutor that arraigned my nephew yesterday is married to the attorney that represented him. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna make some calls because this tether's gonna come off. This case is gonna get dismissed now. This is bullshit. First thing that should have came out of your mouth yesterday was my wife is the one arraigning you.
Just clips on, just like this.
That $500,000 I'm suing St. Clair County for, it's gonna get bigger now. I absolutely put trust in you. Yeah. I think everybody needs to have a little sit down now. Because
I can promise you that what our conversation has been right now will be taken up to my bosses, and we're going to have to talk about it again. No doubt.
Because my nephew's literally being threatened daily, and now he's being prosecuted, and there ain't shit we can do for him. And then I find out your wife is the prosecutor that arraigned him.
No,
Dave, I like you. I think you're a good guy, and I don't want to ruin your fucking career. That's why I'm not going to call the Judicial Tenure Commission today. I'm going to let you guys figure this out, and we all need to sit down and have a conversation tomorrow.
I agree with you. I'm going to speak to my boss about it today. He's in Marine City this morning, but I can promise you I'm going to have another conversation with him about this. We have to figure this out. I'm telling you, I don't like doing it. I don't like putting people in that position. We've had discussions about what needs to happen, and we're going to have more. I'm not going to stand here and try to say, oh, Mr. Howe, it's fine, don't worry. I get it. Like, I'm saying, I can tell you I treated that case the same as I would anyone else, but I get what you're saying. How can the the prosecutor and the defense attorney be married, that's not right. I get it.
Yeah, that's like, when it Judge Kelly married Kelly that were married?
Correct. It'd be like Mary Kelly appearing in front of her husband. Or
And that happened many
Jeff
times.
Tomlinson's sister making recommendations in his courtroom. You know, it's the way it is for the legal system is there an appearance of impropriety? Whether there is or not, is there the appearance of it? That's the standard they look at.
Yeah, well, I mean, you took the bar, you know that the conflict of interest arose when you neglected to inform us that your wife was the prosecuting attorney that was holding the arraignment.
Right?
That's where the issue came in.
Yep.
Yeah, I think tomorrow morning, me, you, your boss, and whatever judge signed that warrant, probably Tomlinson, yeah, we all need to sit down and have a talk. Because these charges are going to get dismissed. Because if I call the Judicial Tenure Commission and I tell them exactly what's going on with everything that me and Kevin are fighting for, oh man.
Well, I will speak to my boss today. If you want to,
No.
however you want to
So
handle
that's
it.
the
If you want to
charger.
call him separately, or
Charge
you
the
want
charger
to
on the
do it
charging dock.
however you want to do it,
So that
I
stays
will
on this.
definitely be speaking to him.
Except for 2 hours.
Yeah, you can speak to
2
him,
hours
but
every
I would
day.
definitely
Fully
like
charged.
us to sit down face to face, so Mr. Boucher can sit there and try to rattle off some bullshit and try to falsify a lie and try to make it make sense, because it's not going to make sense.
Leave this on the wall.
Because you know as well as I know, I call the JTC and they're gonna have a huge fucking issue with this.
Then right back on the dock. Okay?
I call the fucking bar, they're gonna have a even
As long as
bigger
you do that,
issue with this.
goes on the dock.
Like,
Right.
Okay, that's waterproof.
god damn it, dude.
Swim, shower.
Well,
bathe.
I
This is
will
not-
get in touch with him,
Try
and
to charge your.
I'll be in
tag on
tomorrow,
the
and
least active.
we'll have a sit down, I guess. Well, whatever he says, and you know, I'm certainly not trying to shove it under the rug. So you've addressed it with me, and I will address it with him.
I appreciate it.
I understand. All right, I will talk to him, and I don't know what the next step is. If I'm calling you or someone else, or you call me, or however, we'll deal with it.
Alright?
All right. Thank you.